Greetings. In 1995, at the World Conference for Women in Beijing, world leaders committed to a future where men and women are equal. The women left Beijing with high hopes, with a well-defined path, and firm commitments for change at the highest level. 189 countries and 4,000 civil society organizations attended the Beijing conference. There has been progress in the last 20 years, but it has been uneven and it has been slow. Countries have narrowed the gender gap in education, and some have even reached gender parity in school enrollment. They have reduced the toll of maternal mortality and morbidity, and many more women survive pregnancy and childbirth more than they did 20 years ago. Many countries created institutions and adopted laws that address gender inequality and outlaw gender-based discriminations. Many countries made violence against women a crime. This is good news. Women and an increasing number of men worked hard for these changes in civil society and in government. But also, we know that we still have a long way to go for equality between men and women, boys and girls to be a reality. Implementation of good policies has been patchy, and allocation of resources for implementation has been insufficient. The structures that support women have been chronically underfunded, and so has been the women's movement. As a result, too many women, especially in least developed countries, have nothing to show for change as yet. In Africa, 70% of crop production depends on women, yet women still own only 2% of the land. Violence against women is a problem in all countries of the world, and no country has yet achieved gender parity despite the many good laws that have been passed. This means that we cannot continue in the same way and expect far-reaching changes. Business as usual will erode the gains we have made, so we have to step it up. This has to be done not just by women, but by our leaders, and they must be able to use their influence to drive change. Together, women and men, girls and boys, young and old, rich and poor, we must take the responsibility for change. Women want recommitment from leaders, and that is why UN Women has reached out to every head of state to ask for unparalleled and tangible new commitments. Women want recommitment to the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. They want accelerated and bolder implementation that recognizes the new challenges and the opportunities we have created. Today, on International Women's Day, we want to call on our countries to step it up for gender equality. We call for substantive progress by 2020 and commitment to reach Planet 50-50 before 2030. The fight for gender equality has to be time-bound. Based on evidence of the MDGs and the review of the implementation of the Beijing Platform for Action in 164 countries, gender equality and women's empowerment is a required condition for the success of any global agenda. It is also required for the success of Sustainable Development Goals, which will be implemented from 2015 to 2030. We are the first generation with the possibility to end poverty and the first generation with the possibility for fundamentally changing the power relations between men and women. These are two sides of the same coin. They propel each other. The world needs full equality so that humanity can prosper. Empower women, empower humanity. Let's picture it. An equal world and an equal world for all. Thank you.